have to leave. Mom. 5 more minutes. No more minutes.
Okay, roll film.
Welcome once again to another episode of Decode, and I'm here to connect a couple more dots that I have made with the whole LeBron event on February 7th, February 12th, Super Bowl, the score and how it tied together with the numbers, the 38. So let's keep it short and simple today. Just wanted to just reconnect with y'all. So here we go. If you saw in the last episode, the 38th element is strontium. It looks exactly like the mushroom cloud, like the event that happened with the train derailment or the train wreck in Ohio. So you have the final score here, and it's attached again to the 38. LeBron James equals 38. Rihanna equals 38. So many ties to 38. He was 38 years old. It was a 38 day in the date numerology. There was so many ties to 38. To the last video where I mentioned I had the Super Bowl pick already set up a week before, and I mentioned that Jalen Hurts was 38, Rihanna obviously 38, and 35 tied to the Renaissance tour. And I picked up on that detail because Beyonce was all over the news because of those 32 wins in the Grammys. So it's very interesting that the final numbers for the score were right here, like right under our noses. We had it right here. So it's very interesting that decode, luckily I looked back on it because I completely forgot that there was the 38 and the 35 tied to Jalen Hurts, Rihanna, and Renaissance. So you see my astonishment here when Eagle Turkey in Ohio, Eagle tied to obviously America, Eagle tied to also Turkey, and there's some of their insignia. And I told you how terrible the birds will be doing this year as far as dealing with the cat year, because the cat is enemy to the rooster, and it's a bird-like, right? Anything bird-like will be affected. So Trainwreck equal to 31. Akron, where LeBron James was born and grew up, is equal to also 31. Okay, so I had those little ties. There was a lot more, but I told you how they tied to the final score also with the digits. And guess what? LeBron's like one of his first movie appearances was in a movie called Trainwreck, which is interesting there in itself, because you see the fiasco that's going on now. Philadelphia obviously tied to the Super Bowl. Eagles and Rihanna, Pepsi, GOAT, all equaling to 65. And I told you how 65 is a movie coming out on March 10th. Prehistoric, Survivor, he has Adam Driver, and I told you that Adam Driver equals to 33. Magic equals 33. Dealing right back to Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's number, right? The 33. And that's a number of like master influencing, the master teacher. So it's interesting that Adam Driver equals 50 and Trainwreck also equals 50.
They're calling it the airborne toxic event.
Evacuate all places of residence.
So Trainwreck also tied to Adam Driver as number 50, also in 67, and 30 we're in a Water Rabbit, Water Cat year, right? So let's, for this sake, we'll use the Water Rabbit, and it's equal to 30. And Detroit, Michigan is 50, and today they just had another derailment as a recent. So the Detroit, Michigan, again, 83, tied right back to in reverse 38. And Anthony Dwayne McCray, which is interesting because in the same state, these things are kind of connecting. And you have the killer or the shooter for the Michigan State University shooting. There you have his name, the 83, tying to Detroit, Michigan, okay? To the 38, also to 88 on both of them. And Trainwreck, obviously 50 to Detroit, Michigan, okay? So it's interesting how we'll go back a little bit to the 65 or whatever, not really 65, but Adam Driver, and tied to like the train wreck, right?
We have a situation. All we have to do is stay out of the way.
Because he kind of loves these trains. This is another movie, but yeah, he's here in a scene in the New York City subway. And guess what? He had a movie came out on Netflix.
They won't come this way.
Will we have to leave our home?
Of course not.
How do you know?
I believe on November 25th, and released all over on 12/30, December 30th. And it's about a movie where a family survives a train wreck where poison leaks into the air. Just like this event, but you see how they all tie into this actor, Adam Driver.
I just know.
That stuff causes cancer in laboratory animals, in case you didn't know.
So how funny is that? You have Adam Driver connecting to 65, connecting to the 30, you know, being a 30/30 life path, being that number of the master teacher, master influencer, and his numbers. And also connecting, you know, to all these events that are happening today. He had a big Super Bowl commercial with Squarespace. He had the movie 65 that there was a big commercial for that during the Super Bowl. So you had this big influencing event tied to Adam Driver, you know, back into LeBron's game with the 38 tying to Rihanna, like I said. All these big connections through the numbers. We're getting stories right now about alien invasions. We're getting stories about these foreign lights, the Chinese spy balloon. Now you're getting two derailments, train derailments in the United States. You know, one being Detroit, Michigan, and prior was the Ohio event. Also, very interesting times. Having Adam Driver being in this movie and it coming out a couple months before the events that happened with the train wrecks and stuff like that. LeBron being in that train wreck movie, trying to distract us, trying to like energy harvest, trying to have, you know, there's a lot of predictive programming in this. Also, it's all together, you know, it's all pulling together to mask us, you know what I mean? Because like I explained before in the other ones, there will be another scamdemic. They'll try something out again, and it's all coming together. It's unfolding very quickly within this year. The cat being the interdimensional, the third, fourth dimension that goes back and forth, revered for centuries, you know, by Egyptians. So it's very interesting that the cat moved this quickly. And, you know, you'll probably see a lot of lost cats. So I hope you take care of them. They're probably taking care of you, really. But those eyes, those snake eyes that are looking at us, you know what I mean? If you have them as pets or observing us from this cat year, is very interesting times to live in. I'm going to keep unraveling you know, a lot of my notes to everyone, so I thank you so much. I hope you found it entertaining. I hope you found it knowledgeable. I hope you found this something that you could grab something from this and not go with the status quo in the situation, you know, with these big scares. But like I always say, appreciate all of you. I love y'all. I'll see you for another one pretty soon. Thank you.
Persistent sense of large-scale ruin. We keep inventing hope.